Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. My name is Miss Stora Ngila. I'm a life coach, a healing coach, and I'm just here to have to make a bit more healthy and whole women. So today I'm coming with a topic that I really want to talk about, and I want to demonstrate how to process. When we go through things, we need to process the things that we go through, big or small, whether you feel like it's insignificant or not. You could have stubbed your toe and it made your whole day sour. Process the fact that you stubbed your toe. I said stubbed your toe. You guys know what I'm trying to say. You hit your toe on something, and you want to process that. So you process everything, the biggest things. If you get a diagnosis you didn't think that you were going to get, you process that. If you lose someone, you process that. If you get a bad grade, you process that. If you simply just wake up late, you process that. You process all these little things because that's how you stay in tune with your emotions. And staying emotionally in tune keeps you emotionally regulated. So I'm just going to walk through this process. I have my notes, so you're going to see me looking to the left, or is it to your right a little bit. And that's just me looking at my notes, so I'm staying on point because I be forgetful. It's that ADHD brain. Okay. So, the first step when it comes to processing and how to process is you want to address all situations, like I said, big or small. You want to list every single feeling that you're feeling, everything. So, if that situation made you sad, you want to list sadness, anger, frustration, envy, jealousy, disappointment, anything. You list those feelings out, and you want to make sure that you get every single feeling that you're feeling. You want to write it down on a piece of paper, and you want to look at it. You really want a lot of this healing stuff, y'all, is not just sitting down thinking about it. You're going to have to get a notebook. Make it your healing journal, your healing notebook, and you need to write these things down. That is how you get your sorry, y'all. That's how you get your true healing. You can't, this is not a game. You need to take it seriously. So list these things out, pen and paper. If you really feel like you don't want to go old school, do it on your phone in the notes app. I say get a pen and paper. Back in the there's something about writing things down that makes it real, that's transformative. So write it down. And if you don't know what emotions you're feeling, because I know that some of us, we are so far gone, we are so trauma ridden, we are so hurt, we have been through so much that we are not in tune with our emotions. We don't even know what emotions we are feeling. Like, it really can get to that point. And I've been there, so I know this. So get a feelings wheel. They have tons of those on Google. Just Google feelings wheel or emotions wheel, and there will be a list of feelings and emotions there. And look through those and identify the ones that are that you are feeling when it comes to any specific situation. Next thing you want to do is write out your thoughts, your ideas, anything that comes to mind about each feeling, everything that you feel. And you want to just write it out. It doesn't have to be pretty. No one's going to read this. This is just for you. You don't have to share it. It's just so you can get it out and get through that processing. There's something about processing your emotions that is really powerful and helps you overcome, and it helps you find solutions. So I'm going to actually be very vulnerable, and I'm going to read one of my journal entries, and so that way you guys can see exactly how I process my information and how I process events. So I'm just going to read it straight ahead. Sorry, I'm going through the pages. I only got 10 minutes, so I gotta hurry on up. Okay, so this was this morning, I believe. So August 26th, 2025. Whew. Quite a few things to address today. Just gonna go through the list. And then I went through a list of several things I wanted to address, but I'm just gonna focus on one of the things in that list. It's fire. Last night I made a late night snack in parentheses, French fries with a little butter, LOL. This first round of fries went well. It was delicious. So I decided to make another round of fries. In my spirit, I felt like I shouldn't have, but my gluttony said, yes, please. Let's just say my belly won this internal battle. I put the second round of fries in the oven and the rest was history, LOL. This is actually not funny, ... I have a bad habit of laughing / making fun of my own misfortunes. It's my not so healthy coping mechanism. I woke up to my toaster oven in literal flames, my dog barking, the fire alarm, and the smell of thick, potent smoke. I got up immediately and attempted to put out the flame. I thought it would surely be a fairly easy thing to do, but the fire just continued and I couldn't put it out. The smoke was becoming overwhelming and I did not want to pass out from the smoke inhalation. So I picked up Pierre, my pet, and left my apartment while the fire was still going on. I was so scared I called 911 and they connected me to the fire department. The operator instructed me to go back to my apartment to unplug the toaster oven. I did that and the fire was still going on. I was so scared. I thought I was going to lose my home and all of my belongings if the fire department did not arrive soon. Thankfully, they arrived fairly quickly with a crew of men, tools, and axe and whatnot, just to arrive to my apartment to find that the fire had subsided. LOL. I felt so embarrassed, like I caused all this commotion just for the fire to subside on its own. I feel so thankful to God that he protected me, Pierre, and my belongings. Anyways, I want to process this because it caused/triggered a high amount of stress, and I know events like this trigger my depression spells because I do not properly process and check in with my emotions. So these are the feelings that I felt last night. Fear. I thought I could potentially lose my life. I hope this is not me being dramatic, but it's how I truly felt. My dog, I thought I could lose my life, my dog, and my belongings. I felt irresponsible. How and why did I lie down and fall asleep knowing I was cooking something? I clearly recognized that I was sleepy, but I still remained in bed and decided to make the second round of fries. Just irresponsible and lazy. I should have got up and waited until they were done cooking. Next feeling, fat and gluttonous. Firstly, why was I even eating French fries covered in butter? I had already had French fries almost every day this past week. I love French fries, by the way. Secondly, I already had one round of fries. I should have been satisfied after that, but no, I just had to have seconds. I complain about my not so flat stomach, but look at the food decisions I make. Eating butter-coated French fries at 2 a.m., shaking my head. My next feeling, embarrassed. Simply because I caused all this commotion just for the fire to subside on its own. Did I overreact? ? Panic? ? I don't know and never truly will. ... My conclusion on the fire. I don't know if I should be this hard on myself. On one hand, this was absolutely an accident. I did not do anything intentionally stupid to cause the fire. But on the other hand, I am 32 years old. I'm 31 years old and I know better. You should never cook and lie down while you are sleepy. I have no answer to this question. I am completely torn. I don't like that. I like definitive answers. Oh well, there is not one for this situation and maybe that is the definitive answer. ... Who knew I'd need to process this much? LOL. Whew, emoji. So that is how I process information. And I said information, that is how I process my emotions. I implore you to do the same. It is literally healing. Even reading that was just so healing for me. So that's it, guys. Hope to talk to you guys soon and y'all have a good day.